Okay, okay. I think I'm here. Think, I said. Think. Kinda sleepy, though. It's true, isn't it? Camp it. And I'm gone! Ah. Okay, so, yeah, that's the whole deal, is what you saw in the post there. For those of you who don't know, Slay the Spire came out months and months and months ago. Maybe even 7 years ago. Maybe even, let me look at the store page. Last year, it came out on my birthday, October 23rd, last year. And that's funny. Because I got several people telling me to play this. But by the time I heard about it, the developer of the game said, hey, by the way, I'm going to release a new version of the game that's going to be the entire game as is and a bunch of new shit. So ever since then, I was like, well, fuck. Maybe I'll just wait on the new shit that came out. And lo and behold, a full year later, the new shit finally came out. I'm quite excited about it. Let's get into it. First of all, Black Void. This is what that is. Welcome to the Void. Void. Family. So we got a little bit of... I should have done this off stream. But honestly, whatever. Well, since I'm thinking about it... Let's bring me back. Ah! Don't look at the... alright. Well, I guess you got it now. There it is. Got my performance enhancing. Fucking squares. Welcome to the Void. Just me and you now. Up with that. Okay. One of my big fears with this game was that it was going to, that's starting it, and that I would miss out on something. Because I can never tell when a game... like, has some extra shit at the beginning. Oh. I know him. This is a horror game. Thank God it's almost Halloween. Needs fucking images. There are no premature endings. There are no predetermined deaths. Alright. The game quiet. Feels a little quiet. Shift A opens accessibility menu. System self-voicing. J is history. S takes a screenshot. Okay. Oh, sorry, let me get out of your way.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Ah.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It's a bummer. End of the world? What are you talking about? You consider this because she's locked up? That seems bad. Can someone do this? Fuck this. You know, I might be alright with it. It does seem bad, though, doesn't it? Yeah?
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything,
I just don't like killing women.
Is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Yeah, whatever. Cop-out answer. Oh my god, there's so much more than I thought. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Do I get a reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Ah.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
You know, I'm alright with the world ending.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Pretty evil. I'm not a nihilist. I am evil, so what are you gonna do? Can I do a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might
Just
be,
for me.
I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
2 beers. Wow. Oh, okay.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I imagine this game has like very in-depth combat mechanics.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
That's me. I'm saying that.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
That's also true.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't need it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Uh-huh.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Poor voice actress needs to... You think that that's like... Whenever you're going into like a voice acting role and they're looking for that kind of voice, you think like the pressure's on?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you, or... I'm here to... Or lie, I'm here to save you. Very funny. Let's just continue down the
Good.
stairs.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I'm glad this guy's talking so I don't have
I
to.
am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you
Hi.
think you can get me out of these chains?
Okay, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Go back up and retrieve the blade. Options on options on options. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
So, how have you been living?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Okay.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
Roy.
She has to eat, right?
Roy. Drawing time. Yeah, hey, I'm supposed to kill you. I'm not, but I don't know.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Yeah, big ol' eyes.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hope.
Thank you for believing me. Now,
Let's
there's
talk
going to
some
be
more.
plenty of time to chat after I'm free, but okay.
Honestly, there's not really much else I care about. I don't know anything about you.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but
That's insane.
you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I really don't. Okay, let's leave. I'm getting you out
Only
of here.
making...
Thank you, and you
Fuck
won't.
the narrator.
I promise.
Skipping him. I don't need to listen to him.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You
Who's
walk
me?
up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nah.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
Well, do you have any other ideas if there's not a key? Could you rip it off? Like the Hulk.
Maybe there's some way to break the
Like
chains?
the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, like the Hulk.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
That's not very Hulk-like of you.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. Is someone else here? You
Well,
try
let's open the door. Ah, but it's locked, isn't it?
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess.
I see. Okay, now we're
You
now
make your
I'm
way
trapped.
to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Oh, hell
before
yeah.
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the
That's
determination
crazy.
of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here,
Oh,
but if there's a time to
I'm
strike,
interested
it's
in this now. What the fuck?
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I'm gonna die. Let's save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm,
Ugh.
just above the unyielding chain
Ugh.
binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes
That's
little effort
crazy.
to crack through the bone of her arm.
I like her.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into
Good
the world.
ending.
No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Whoa, the spy.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't
Hey,
just
I'm
do
getting
that.
controlled.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Yeah,
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges
Ah,
forward,
fuck.
the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges,
Oh, shit.
stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I can keep resisting.
The blade! As your body
Blade.
remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We
Hey,
both
the
know
cursor
this
changed. You can't see it,
isn't you.
but the cursor is now a knife.
She nervously reaches towards
But
you
now-
and takes the blade
What
from
am
your
I?
infuriatingly rigid hands. What?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Ah, dang it.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew.
am I?
It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
You missed the vital
Stay
organ.
strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again
1,000 deaths.
and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Ah, how can you stay mad at her, though?
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it?
Oops,
A stab
oops,
wound
oops,
is still a
oops.
stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
Ah, well.
With one last
What are
thrust
you
of the
gonna
knife, your legs give out beneath you.
Everyone starts
You
somewhere,
collapse
right?
to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
But chapter 2.
You're on a path in
Wait,
the
but
woods.
chapter 2?
And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Ah! Okay, so it's like this. Wait, I died.
I can assure you that you're
This
not
is chapter
dead.
2, it said.
And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Journal save option.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best
If
to
I
keep
don't
it that
remember
way.
what happened.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
The smitten?
If we're going to save our beloved,
there- how many
we'll have to be
motherfuckers?
sneaky about it.
How many sons of bitches we got in here anyway?
Our beloved?
Honestly.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Why are you telling me that?
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about
Okay.
that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
He's the realest. He's the realest of us.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
I like this guy. So why fucking bother then? I can just close the game.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me,
It
or
is.
at least a version of. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Nuh-uh.
You were the one who did us in, villain.
Villain.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. I beg to differ.
So, I'm thinking that every path I take, that's a new voice that I get. And because I decided to spare her, now I get the voice of the smitten.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath.
And the first one was the voice of the hero.
Whoever is making the
Because,
decisions here,
as far as I know,
has
I was the
common
protagonist
sense to ignore your
narrative.
protestations. Anyway, I believe your
The smitten was
second
the
question
previous.
was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced
Nothing
the princess to
happened.
kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted?
Hey.
I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Hold on. Let's learn more. How? Is she like the Predator?
Just be quick about it.
She was able to kill me last time because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. She's not very good at fighting.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Man, I'm getting tired of this guy.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out.
She does
it's
like to eat.
unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
So, did you lock her in the basement?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
Fair
Don't
enough.
overcomplicate things.
But I like details. If they got her down there, surely they could have done her in.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this.
Me?
Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
I'm special? I always had a feeling.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
I'm so special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends.
You love
But I'm professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
Oh no, this is a slow burn. I get it. Well, you're being cagey. Come on.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Also, the fact that you're hiding something means that you're hiding something. Let's keep going for now. I want to leave.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie. We
Yeah, I've heard that one.
we're not playing along with
Fuck
your little
you.
game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I do. But I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone
How many
needs to hear them.
motherfuckers do I got
Some
behind me?
things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Maybe the narrator wants me to keep this time loop up.
The interior of the cabin
It's
is
different
clean
now.
and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries.
It's
A
different
prison
now.
befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yeah, this is different now.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope
Been
this means
here.
you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
The other guy did, though. The Smitten did.
So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Hey, what is the mirror cool?
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
I got eyes.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
Enough out of you.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Okay, so this establishes that, yes, the narrator does lie. I want to see how... well, when you look this good.
That's a great idea. We have to make sure we're looking our best before we save her.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror.
Oh, God,
why would I
Christy.
lie about something so meaningless?
Well, yeah. So what's with the mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't
I'm a
much to see
vampire.
there.
That's what's going on.
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub
Oh,
your
okay,
hand
so I'm still the
against
fucking
cabin
thing.
wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
What am I?
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
It's like dodecahedron. Decimal system. Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
A weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us. Again.
Again.
There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Good thing about the blade is the small blade rather than the big sword is that the knife has a bigger parry window, right? I see what we're doing here.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight,
Wow.
but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I don't know. This one's pretty
A
hard.
soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the
Oh, damn.
princess. There's a heavy chain
Her
around
arm's
her
normal.
wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here
Fuck,
to
she's
rescue
so
you
hot.
from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
we
hear
have
that? She said we're dashing.
Just like forward.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Oh, like you wouldn't believe.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible
minute.
evidence.
So
You've been here before.
he wasn't lying. He doesn't know that I've been here before. Fascinating.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. our beloved's hands remain unstained
Fascinating.
by cruelty.
And you've died
I'm
before.
very interested.
So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually
Right.
ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Why did you do that? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Yippee! Yippee! Fuck. So, but before we started talking though.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
A little.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My
Happy?
heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No.
Then I didn't end the world.
Okay, great.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure.
Do I have to cut you out again? That was fucked up.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and
Never said
indeed,
that.
we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Can I ask her to just be like, hey, can you just like get out of there?
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't
Ah.
just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
No, it's true. I don't have any morals, or like, I don't stick to my guns. Sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Whatever you say.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Yippee!
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
That would be interesting now, wouldn't it?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Right.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Let's kill her this time.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down.
Wait, no! You barbarian, what do you think you're doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
Nah.
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry, not you!
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
Okay, bye-bye.
And just like that, she's dead.
Yippee!
The world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
Now, are we going to loop again?
Sick. You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken.
One of the voices in my head about to kill
Inconsolable.
itself?
You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
Get over it.
Hey, wait, what was that noise?
You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
You raise the
Aw.
blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and...
Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade
Cursed.
through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
So this is how the loop goes on, huh? Yeah, let's see what happens.
What? No, let's not do that.
Wait, don't... Motherfucker, it's not up to you!
You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all? I don't believe this.
This is fucked.
What? What don't you believe? You plunged the blade into your own heart and collapsed to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry.
Look, man, I don't make the rules.
That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
And you die. Okay. Then time loop. Gandalf the Grey.
You're on a path in the woods.
You horrid monster. Do you
Oh, hey,
think
man.
just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
Rough.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
Oh, this guy's going to be a fucking joy.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job.
No.
I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too.
Hi, hero.
If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been
Yes.
here before. What
Hi.
count is it this time? 2?
It's our third. What gave it away?
Your open discussions.
Hi.
I couldn't care less.
And I'm here too, the streamer.
Every second we stand
Voice of
around
the
arguing
streamer.
in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
I don't think that lady has most of anything going on in her head.
And if it is permanent, then what?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Anyways, so we're in the
Don't provoke
plains.
him. I prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying.
This guy's a centrist.
Why not? You've already done it twice.
It was unpleasant. I'll make you feel what I...
Or it was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
Oh, how exciting.
Great,
I'd
they're
love
gonna do
to see
fucking
you
cool
try.
battles with my body.
Can I? Well, I'm not just
No.
going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, well, you two get a room.
Good. I am too. Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not
Now, hang on. I
dead,
want to
and
talk
that
to
her very
narrator some
existence
more.
currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
Because we definitely did kill her. What happens if we don't go? I'm in charge here, and if we slay her again, you're not gonna make us kill ourselves. Whatever. Whatever happens next seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Bye! Oh, I'm not ready to say bye yet. We haven't talked about it enough. Yeah, this is different.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Wait. But if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends. Yes, I already told you that she's alive.
Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well.
Shut that guy up.
I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
Influence doesn't require life. But if things restarted,
Not a fan of
why
that
wouldn't
guy
she be
either.
alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done
is changed. I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents.
Serpent.
Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us.
If we kill her again, don't kill me.
Oh, it's clear, you murderer. Though I should remind you that you're not as in charge as you seem to think you are.
That's a good point.
I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about him. Besides, if he kills us again, he kills us again. It doesn't matter. He'll tire
Kills us
out
again,
of
kills
it.
us again, kills us again.
The flame of passion always burns out in the end. Spoken like a true cynic. Enough bickering. Just stay focused and get to the cabin.
I will turn this car around, I swear to God. Alright, let's go. Let's fucking go. Whatever. Who gives a
I'm
shit?
sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright?
Well, that's the thing. If we did slay her, then why the hell didn't it
we'll
stick?
muck it up alright. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived. Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful.
Stressful, isn't it?
Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
There's just no winning.
Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel
I swear to God, I'm going to turn this car around if these assholes don't shut the fuck up.
I just exist.
Everyone get
That's
along.
fine with me. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
We go to the
interior of
cabin. There's a ghost.
Feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered
Hey, wait a
wooden
minute, there's
beams
no-
hold up a crumbling
Oh, it's
ceiling
behind
like
the
mummified
mirror.
ribs. Each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone.
Lifeless.
You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall.
Oh, okay. So he can see the ghost.
Our beloved. So she does live. She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. It's just that damn mirror again.
Honestly, dude.
Ah, yes, the mirror. So we can see the monster we've become. If it even lets us look before it vanishes too. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade.
Those also aren't there.
That's strange. There's supposed
Not
to
even
be
a table.
pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because we've already killed
We
her.
did use it.
Perhaps it's gone because an
Oh, you got 4 lines?
deserved guilt has
You got a whole
started to
paragraph?
worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
There's a mirror in the way. Yeah, there's. What do you
As
want me
if
to
something as flimsy as a missing door would stop us on our sacred quest. Cross the room, find our way back to her, make things right.
do? Getting tired of you.
You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not.
Alright, fine.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door.
I'm getting tired of you. Turn that down a bit.
It's still so hazy. We should try and clean it off.
Whatever.
Yes. Trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get it out of our way.
Sure.
It's time for all of you to see what we've become.
The cool lizard guy.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold.
I thought we were a vampire earlier.
We can only hope she might still see some good in us.
You can just tell her to.
No way left to go but down. The door to the basement creaks
It's a
open,
ghost.
revealing an antique staircase lit by
Precious
weak
antique
torchlight.
staircase.
The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow.
Can we talk about the ghost?
There she is again. My love. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
I want to talk about the ghost. Are we good? Anyone there? We got stuff to talk about. We got stuff to talk about.
You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here on our
I'm half
after
expecting
what
a
happened
corpse.
last time. I feel so exposed. Of course she's livid, and with good reason. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost?
No.
What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad. She can look all she wants.
Dumbass ghost can't even kill me.
Won't do anything.
Ah.
As you descend the final
Aha!
step, the form of the princess comes into view.
I
A
knew it.
skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain.
Okay, so you explain. You narrator.
This cell is a dark and isolated place.
Oh
There's not so
god,
much
fucking
as a window
Smitten's
to
not
allow
gonna enjoy
starlight
this.
to see, she's dead.
No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
Whatever we saw was a ghost.
The ghost.
I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a
son of a
slamming
bitch.
door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch.
I thought ghosts couldn't do anything.
So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead.
Yeah, man.
She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time
Well, she's
arguing
dead,
over
but
the
she's not
semantics
dealt
of what
with.
is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking
My
out of her
beautiful,
chest.
pristine blade.
This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
Well, shit, man. What do you want me to do here?
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying her
This
would
shit's
be a little
fucked.
more death neutral seems off the table.
We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
Not what that means.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
That angelic voice. I missed you
What?
too, my
I
beloved.
skip it? Oh, the princess says, "You came back. I missed you."
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins
I'm
this
sure.
body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
I can agree with that.
The torch falls from the princess's
So let's get
hand,
rid of the place.
bounces
I see the
downstairs.
plan here.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
Will it? That I'm not so sure.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire. She's trying to kill us.
Well, you know.
A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
I'm with him. So what's with the door?
Because I want to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
See? Everything's fine. She wants to be with us. Yeah, in a bad way. She just has a unique way of expressing things. The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel.
Warm.
Bad. I bet it'll feel really, really bad. Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do and fast.
Oh no, there's nothing.
Your
We're
personal
fine.
safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right
Chapter
now.
4 incoming.
I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Shit, man, she's already dead. Rush for the door. Excuse me.
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door,
That's just,
bashing
you know,
at it
move
with your
out the
clenched
way.
fists in a vain attempt at freedom. It's no
Ooh,
use.
burning.
You're stuck here. Your skin starts to bubble. As layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns, you feel a hand on yours. You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to
That's
her
awesome.
chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit.
That's a fun fucking, like, imagery here.
The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away.
I didn't know ghosts could
your
burn.
muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad. But somehow, nothing is so much worse. You'll get used to it. Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too.
Feel the feelings of the heart. Oh, it's Mitten talking.
The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin.
That was awesome.
It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
Oh, we'll be back. Oh. Aha! Oh, that's what happens. Don't die and she's gone. Something has taken her away and left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she
And
go?
who was that?
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Gone. I don't know where she went. The narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast us.
A villain
Say Outlast?
vanquished.
How do we even look for her?
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
I can't believe she was taken away from us.
The nerve.
They sucking the fun out of this moment, Smitten.
Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
You too, Cold.
There's something dreadful about
Hey,
it.
we're supposed to look at the mirror.
I don't think you should.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while. That can't hurt, right? Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
That guy's right.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Nothing I can do, partner. Oh. You know, the mirror never scared you before, is this?
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
What? You think we're not going to reset? I approach the mirror. Let's look into my reflection. Let's pause. And by pause, I mean stay here for 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay. Hey, aren't I supposed to be horribly burned? They're gone, but the mirror remains. Time for me to see what's in it. Ooh. Me. I'm alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet. See to the cabin. I am at the cabin.
Something
Princess.
finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
You once sent me to slay this princess.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm a fragile vessel, apparently. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
We're old gods, are we? You know the narrator.
You are the only thing I have ever known.
We are old gods, aren't we?
The space we're in is vacant.
We're in this places
Nothing comes
between
here
the
but us.
worlds. You know about the worlds beyond this place.
I know only that they are.
The gift of a fragile vessel, huh?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is passion betrayed. But even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart. Do not mourn her, for she has finally found her light.
She's not talking to me. The gift of the fragile vessel is her. Was this the end of this world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are.
Well,
but I
yeah.
know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Alright, now.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So I need to affect the princess. Okay, so I see. So that's the thing. I need to get the right amount of. Okay. Oh, so how many more loops are we doing here?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay. Yeah, so what happens if I refuse? Hypothetically speaking.
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
So if we... That sounds like the ending. Well, let's do it again. Let's re-roll.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Ah, well. Chapter 1! Yippee!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin,
That was a good achievement that popped up.
princess.
The real Slay this Princess starts now.
you're
I
here
see.
to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
How do I remember? I can skip previously to... Ah! R1? Alright. Now seems like a good time for the ad break. And we're back. Sweet. I always wanted to have a monarch. That's the spirit.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Yep. Lead to said cabin.
The interior of the cabin. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
Well, I feel like
without
this time we're just all murder.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds
Whoa.
dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one
Whoa.
in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm here to kill you.
Now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave
Never mind,
away the
this
element
one
of
stays alive.
surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
Knock it off.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Okay.
Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop the knife.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you...
So here we are.
No reasoning with her. Make sure you don't forget about the blade. An awkward start to a relationship. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here?
Ooh,
But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
what the other vessel said.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Dangerous. I'm more inclined to trust you than trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
You said that already.
Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Yes, ma'am.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess
This one's
to
better
the
than the
wall
last
and
one.
give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Oh, I'm smitten.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs, doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna check upstairs. Don't tear your limb from limb.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the... Is someone
Right.
You try the door. You're here to...
Let me out.
Shouts. I'll repeat.
Alright, fine.
You make your way back to the
I remember
bottom
how
of the
this one looks
stairs.
like.
This would have been easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Well, let's do it again.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above
The bug eyes
massive,
is still funny.
unyielding
This is
chain.
just like the old one.
You cut into her. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, she didn't so much as utter a sound.
Oh, why is this one not skipping? I've heard these ones.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too... As the princess approaches... Wait, watch me. Stop that.
I thought
Get out
this
of
was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back.
Fuck yeah.
But the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. The blade. Move the blade.
Oh, I would never do that to the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
I'm in!
I'll make this quick.
Thank you.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Well, yeah.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
This one's awesome.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
She hates that she killed me. I'm so in.
This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
I like that one.
is a cabin.
That one's awesome.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you're in for it now, you bastard. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last
Skeptic!
time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his
Oh,
mouth.
you're gonna be a
There's
bitch.
got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't, you know I can hear you two.
Ah,
right?
fuck.
It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Oh,
And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different.
Oh, wait.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I swear I've heard this one before.
The absolute irony.
But maybe it's because I got voiced
That's
as
one way to
skeptic.
put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Really mean, huh?
Sure you are.
Professional what?
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of... What do you mean? Yes, but in this pure... If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived
I heard
happily
this
ever...
one.
What a conveniently No, I'm...
Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power
Eddie
to stop
Guerrero.
you from slaying her. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Wink, wink. Wouldn't you like to know?
No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and
Nah,
focus
this one's
on
my
the
new favorite, actually.
princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron
Prison.
table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So the mirror again, huh?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Not a loop, it's a spiral.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Maybe.
You take the blade. Good idea.
Better be armed and to go into Blind Hope alone. Yeah, let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please,
Yippee!
come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You
Here's
walk
hoping.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Oh, holy
She
fuck!
looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Enough out of you.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
What an
Fascinating.
interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards
Hi.
the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Fun.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon.
Yep.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
I do what I'm told.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
You're going free. Oh, I've been here before. You remember? Hey, I've been here before.
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously.
It's too bad, because she's
You
going
being
free
here
again,
means that
bucko.
things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
Circles.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be
That's
confronted
so
by
fun.
the alternative.
Fascinating.
That's pathetic.
Ah, whatever.
I get it.
What the fuck? Why does it keep doing that? Know that you not the first version? Hero's not the first hero either.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Oh, not a chance.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information.
I won't.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious
Sorry, I was-
situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What happened after I died?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how
Yeah,
things
fair
work.
enough. He's only a
She's
tool
probably
in this
even more
thing,
in the
too.
dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or
I'm
how.
loop. What do you want me to do?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
But she seems confident.
Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
Though if she isn't bluffing,
I'm
whatever she
worried.
has planned might be for her benefit alone.
I'm worried what she's
There's
gonna
no
do.
guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So,
I don't know. I'm just spelling
I
out
don't
our
know.
options list.
then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Yeah, they're colluding. What's with the other chain on the wall?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
Maybe it will.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock
Is that an
yourself
option?
in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself?
And what? Is it going
I
to
shouldn't-
lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Let's look at the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess
Faux
watches you with
disinterest.
faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle,
Yippee!
its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
This is fine.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Are we...
Stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Yeah, for the next loop.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
June. Oh, we're stuck.
Yep.
Now what?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
You know this was gonna happen.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
At least the world is safe.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Yeah, she's chilling.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is
What?
interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
And so it is. Huh. The bit of weathering, bit of erosion.
I don't like small talk, remember?
It's been 70 years, bitch.
Still rude.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed?
Yes.
What happens to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
We just
Even
gotta wait
more
for the
silent
rocks
time
to push the
passes
knife.
as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are
Look at
no
that.
walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Yippee!
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh no. Oh, that's... So if you get the princess out, that's the next... I see. Oh, if we get the princess out, that's the end of this loop. Interesting. Memory
She's
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Okay, so, wow, fast loop there.
And there's that mirror again.
Hey, look, we've been here before. You always.
But it feels so bad.
I know,
Like,
but
looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
it... No, it won't.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Yeah. It'll be alright, buddy.
Okay.
Feels too good to be true.
We'll meet again. What's up? They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. I've grown. Long quiet once again. Cabin again.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
What does it feel to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
Sounds like existing.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
She's in a liminal space. What do you want? Hey, yeah, what kind of vessel you want next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Fair enough. You're not actually. Yeah, let's do it again.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Bam. And you die. Hero and the prince.
You're on a path in the woods.
Alright, this time. Actually,
Seriously? You're
Fuck
just going
this.
to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice, he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How
Yippee!
convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Around again and leave.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Fuck this.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're
You're
facts
fucking
of life.
gaslighting
If
me,
you
you
had
piece
an
of shit.
ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path. Oh, would you look at that?
Oh,
You're at
well,
the cabin
shit.
again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
How many times can I... Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna start walking in a different direction.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go.
Hey,
As you trudge
cabin.
into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through
Music's
the leaves.
warping. I'm going crazy.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you
shit.
start to realize that those flickers...
Ah.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An
Big
infinite
old cabin.
fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you?
Yeah, fuck this.
It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Yippee!
You're on a path
Strange,
in the
huh?
woods, and at the end of that path
Hey.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Why are we in a dome
If you
now?
don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, Swell's born here the last time. Yep, heading to the cabin now.
You know I can tell when you're lying. Please take this seriously.
Lie, parentheses.
I am begging you. A warning before you go any further.
Our walls up.
She will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her.
Contrarian.
Maybe she isn't a liar.
It's the contrarian.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Yippee, the contrarian.
Let's keep an open mind.
Oh, that guy's awesome at parties. This guy's so good at debating. They fucking actually took away the ability to... Alright, go into the cabin.
The cabin interior
Whoa,
is
what the-
wrong.
It is
A
wrong.
confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors,
Fucked up.
all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Eat.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong
It's
lengths,
all fucked up.
its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Thank God we have the pristine blade, though.
The blade is your implement.
What would I do without the
You'll
pristine
need it if
blade?
you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. And when everything here is...
Yeah, fair enough. Just fucked up.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
Neat.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay.
Look, the world's falling apart. Don't even worry about it.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
Yeah, man, fuck you.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
He can contrarian harder.
Okay, I'm fine.
Alrighty then.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task. You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
That's not...
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
That's fine.
Great. You keep your grip. Haha, yes! Do it!
Yippee!
Seriously.
I threw the blade out the window.
You throw the blade at the window.
I can't help
Lars
it.
Sharon
I
Cannon
couldn't help
as
it.
your
I couldn't
flies
help it. I was supposed to kill her. I told myself I'd kill her
Suppose
this
you'll just
time.
have to deal with the princess without it.
I couldn't help myself. The voice. This is what it feels like for me.
We'll be fine, don't worry.
It'll be
about
fine.
it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Oh well. If the princess wasn't going to do it, the heat death of the universe was going to come for it eventually. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. What's done is done.
That was awesome.
The door to the
Ooh,
basement
fun.
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place.
You just throw
None of
yourself
the stairs
off.
even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it.
Miasma.
The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Alright.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
Actually, fuck this.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
Yeah.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever
is
choice
true.
we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Oh, right. No. In a maze, you always go left turns.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs,
Ouch.
until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows
Holy
cold
fuck.
the further you progress. At first, a barely noticeable drop. Quickly, your toes feel like blocks
Oh my
of ice.
God.
Your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
A fucked up staircase.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Ooh.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Fun.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Hey, I'm here. What's up?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
A process has occurred.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I didn't realize I was here.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you stare at me for a long, long time.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. I don't think she likes us. Wouldn't you be skeptical of someone stumbling in here if you were her? We lost ourselves the second we stepped into this place. I don't know how long she's been here, but I can't imagine it would be easy for her to trust anyone. Those eyes, though.
Well, I guess we're going full
So
rescue if I
sharp.
threw the fucking weapon away.
It's just deception. Don't buy into it. You can do this.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
Uh-oh.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was
Whoops.
once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again.
Put her back.
Can we put her back?
You put her... It makes it 2-1 again.
Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. We've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left. Until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality.
What do you want me to do, man?
But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan.
Now.
Let's see if we can make even more of her.
I don't know how we did that. What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Funny. I was pulled apart and put back together. What's up with that, right?
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you? We're probably stuck down here forever,
Yippee!
aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
It's just more of the...
Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
Yeah. What? There's more of you now.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Right.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
I love where this is going.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? Could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it.
Oh, look at me.
Oh, come on, you told us to.
Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us.
Well, if I'd known we'd be doing this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions.
It's all your fault for listening to me anyway.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
For fun.
Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
You know why you're done.
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this
That
already.
one's really sad.
One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why
Yeah.
I walked away here. I'm a monster.
This
The
is
second
awesome.
I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
I like that one.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when
How
all
many
of them
me's
so
are there?
different?
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
You only have the one option.
Wait, that's not right. Go on.
Yeah, I did 3 of them.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture.
Yippee.
The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it
Whoa.
to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Awesome.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
I kill her and I love her and she's dead and she's alive.
This... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Come on, funny man.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
I don't like how close the contrarian's getting to me.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Oh, hey, bye. Where did he go?
falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others just don't fit. They just don't fit.
That one's slow.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
Oh man, that one bitch is gonna, like, she's gonna have a field day with this vessel. You really fucked this one up, huh, bud?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I'll do my best. But it's not up to me, is it? When everything is possible, nothing is. Never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Hey, man. Be alright.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Well, this isn't a good This isn't a good anything.
Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
Well, fuck you. I
don't
approach the
like
mirror.
that silence.
Voices feel small, distant as I approach. See you later. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave. I'm withered. Was I withered because the last loop before this one was me waiting? So the next time I go to the mirror, I'll be fractured.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
Hell yeah, you are.
A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
I zoned out there for a second. Contradictions don't exist. What the fuck? At least one of us always hurts the other. Cool with that?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I do not. I don't know what that says about me. It all seems so distant. I really like it. I like that you do this.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Everybody remember that. So what do you... yeah, but what do you think of this one?
These ones are a contradiction.
Yeah, they are.
A winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Alright. Take me back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Well, that was a fun one.
You're on a path in the...
Okay. They don't let you turn around no more.
You make your way. You take the blade from the table.
Yeah, at this point, we're just going full-on murderer.
The door to the basement creaks. You walk down the stairs, and she's so focused on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the
Okay,
blade
this time she's
tightening
dying.
as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement
I got
for a
this
reason,
pristine knife.
right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop.
She's unarmed. If you
Play the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see
Murder.
your blade already sinking deep
It
into
works.
her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Oh, she's dead.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
It's
Nothing.
over.
I did what I set out to do. She's dead. Name of the game,
With your
solved.
work done, you make your way back up the
Easy
stairs.
game.
closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or
All
not,
right,
something
man.
would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from it. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Oh, okay.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or
I've been
months,
so
or
happy.
years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just going to
Me?
stay here forever, right?
Okay, so this is a unique. This is also unique. I was just, whenever you're playing Stanley Parable, then you do like the playthrough where you do exactly what you're supposed to do. That one always just kind of ends normal. This one goes off. Oh, but we're so happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Okay. No, we're happy.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. Please, shake yourself out of it.
Oh.
We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though
Yippee!
words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift. You simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Yippee! I got the good ending! Yes!
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh. Oh, so that's funny. I would need to, if I wanted to funny. So I needed to do that my first ever run through. And then the game would be over. Cute.
Good. Because
Anyways, let's leave.
I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
I fucking got the good ending.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Well, let's do it.
Thank you.
I'm the murder.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving
There's
the world?
not even
An
a fucking
eternity
water
of bliss?
slide.
You ingrate.
Great.
Fine.
Come on.
Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement
gonna be
and
down
walk
here?
down the stairs. The princess's
fair
body
enough.
is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Nope.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Alright.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
We'll do it again, even.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But what kind of voice do we have now? Oh, but I killed myself. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine.
Oh, the cold.
It wasn't very hard to kill her last time.
Welcome back.
We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Okay. Keep it going. Welcome
Oh,
back to
warning.
the brain.
Before
cold.
you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she won't be a problem.
Yeah. This one's full murder. Going full in on murder, boys.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners.
Cobwebs.
You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with
Precious
a pristine
antique.
blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Oh.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
You did do that.
You take
Take
the
the
blade
blade.
from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
He's fucking dead.
The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the
She
form of
died.
the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor.
Why did
its
you sound
wrists
so
still
surprised?
bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
Oh, I love her.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Ghost!
Goes.
Oh. Wow.
Yippee.
How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Nice.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
Fun.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Killer knife. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Oh, I'm so curious, one way or the other.
I see you brought that annoying knife again.
Well, less.
So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
This is what I was trying to do. We did this, narrator.
Yes, obviously things are strange right now. I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no
Job to
changing
finish.
what's
She's a
already
ghost.
happened.
She's dead. I
You have
won.
a job to finish. Finish how?
What are you
already
talking
did what
about?
You told us, and now she's a ghost. You haven't tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you? And then what? And then you'll have saved the world. I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world. What do you mean after? You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? Are you going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again?
Yeah, that shit sucked.
Because I didn't much care for that. I'm not going to lock you anywhere. What an interesting choice of emphasis.
You know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or Or maybe you have unfinished business with me.
Maybe.
All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, hey, I also died.
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm,
That's a
her
good point.
eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this
Oh, the
place,
ghosts.
even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
Okay, you've convinced me. That sounds fun.
You owe me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is.
Yeah, why not?
And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Yeah, whatever.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you?
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
Yippee.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles
do we get, like,
twitching and
Hizako
convulsing
thrown?
violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your
And
eyes
I'm
flick
here.
back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Fun, so she can.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
That's a fun turn of phrase.
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice?
Of the hero.
Me is what I am.
I'm me, he says.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
Oh, fuck.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore.
Fascinating.
You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
Oh, I want to keep this one going.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful,
Everyone
idiotic,
shut up.
and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Slay the princess? Ah, there's so many. We got a lot of goofballs in here this time.
It's okay. We're almost out of here. Just take it one step at a time, and everything will be fine.
Everything won't be fine if you listen to her. One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be
There's
nice?
only one way to find out.
I don't know, I guess you're outvoted, narrator.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do.
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
That's
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
Monster Reborn.
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe
The bossy
he
one.
even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you.
Ah.
I will continue to hate you
The
for as
bossy
long
one.
as I am able. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made
And
to hold
whine,
you
yeah.
and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
What do you mean, this body? Oh, we're trudging. Keep on triangling.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
Alright.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Shit.
Ah,
But
fuck.
exhaustion wasn't enough,
Shit.
was it? The handle clicks as you twist it,
Oh, fuck.
and then the door groans open. You collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
But what about us? Are we just
There's
stuck
gonna be
here
a
in
mirror soon.
nowhere forever?
Don't worry about it.
Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
We're still here.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Oh, who the hell knows?
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
Hello.
I'm out. You actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, Claire.
Don't mention it.
I think
Damn
this
it.
is where I'm
The
meant
hero
to be.
can't hear her no more. That's sad. Yeah. Goodbye. I like the background of this. Yep. Time to leave.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
Ignore him.
Bye. I knew it. I'm unraveled. This time I got all fucked up. Hey, girl.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
I really don't. Oh, wait, I'm still talking to the princess.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Because we're going to have our answers when we find them.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
There's trees and stars. There's supposed to be people. Long quiet.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Okay, go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Oh, really?
I will be here.
Alright,
You're on a path.
big murder, big murder. Oh, shit. Forgot to...
Good.
Yeah.
You turn back to the stairs.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh.
You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get... She has to be bluffing, but...
Yeah, we
I'd
got
hurry
it.
if I were you. You rush up. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save, after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs.
Well, that got interesting.
It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's
Oh,
only a severed
shit.
arm, its cooling flesh still chained to
That's
the wall.
crazy.
And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot
We gotta
bigger?
get our fucking... activate our stances. Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Ready to kill.
Where is she? You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I'll wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long time. I'm very good at waiting.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Go into
You
the
step into
shadows.
the shadows.
Oh,
Too late,
fuck.
you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
Oh, shit.
Her ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart.
Fuck.
You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
I got distracted.
Everything goes...
No beast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
She's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous
Oh
as
man,
yourself.
you gotta get the fuck out of here.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep
Who's
it
the
that
voice?
way. If he doesn't remember
A
what
hunted.
happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the
Voice
princess.
of the coward.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Maybe.
The interior of
Holy
the cabin
fuck.
is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time.
I didn't think I had this
Wind
many
rushing
cabins in
through
this game.
cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Look at the
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
mirror.
It's a wall. There isn't
I did
much
look
to
at
see
it
here.
way before, but every
What
time
are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
wipe the mirror clean
You
and
reach
it's
forward and rub your hand, but and now it's gone. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
One piece.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
I like her.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the
Holy
damp
fuck.
earth floor of
Look
a
at
starlit
that thing.
pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Right.
She is certainly not just a princess.
What a woman.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves,
There she is.
staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Hi.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified.
A shiver
the
rushes
fuck?
up your spine and
I didn't say that. That glitch has been pissing me off this entire playthrough. So much more than you, and a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me. I need like a greatsword.
the air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Move.
You lunge to the side, taking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze
Oh, I do
meets
have that
hers,
effect.
a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs.
So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
If you want
Show
to
yourself.
see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
You're deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum.
Yeah, it's parry stance.
If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk.
Parry stance.
As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten her grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you.
Good parry.
Your sense
I told you at the
already
beginning of
feel
this
the
whole
massive
stream,
bruise
the
blossoming on your
knife
ribs
has
as
the
she
bigger
scrambles
parry
back
window.
into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her, and she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you,
Or
more
a-
forceful, more ferocious,
fight.
more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself
Damn.
quickly overwhelmed by her savagery.
Damn. Good play, though. Good play.
She wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught.
Oh, there's worse ways to go.
By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Really?
But we're not dead, we're...
Didn't
but you
we
don't
die?
have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because
Because
everything
then
goes
we die.
dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger?
When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you.
Great. So you've been here before.
Ah,
That
fuck.
doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
And how do you intend to do that?
This time we bring a gun. We bring a big old bazooka.
We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows.
Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we?
He's not important. He can have his
Keep your
secrets for
secrets.
all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
So, hang on now.
I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. Like that grumbling voice said just a moment ago, you've already died by her hands twice.
Now, whatever. Path is different, by the way.
Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of
Situation.
everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much. Consider this your last opportunity to make
Alright,
things right.
jackass.
For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you.
We don't need your pep talk.
And we can go this far and leave. That's funny. Let's not do that. Let's finish this one out normal
You make your
style.
way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. So, we need a plan.
We've already been over the
No
plan.
way.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan. It's a better plan than you had last time.
No, that was the plan last time.
I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing. The interior is dark and
The
overgrown.
pristine night.
Vines and brush obscure
and
so
the mirror.
much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement.
Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade.
We should have brought
Even if
like a
it's not a
bazooka,
very
like
big
I
one.
said.
Great. That mirror's back. And it's where the door is supposed to be. What are you talking about? There is no mirror. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it.
Yes,
Take
take
the
the steel
blade.
claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay
You know,
the princess and
we
save
could
the
get
world
this far
without a
and
weapon.
not take the blade. And that's curious.
Good. One step closer to ending this.
You step forward, approaching the small hole.
You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that antique.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else.
I know where.
It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. You bring your fist crashing down into the open hole leading to the basement, throwing yourself
Funny.
off balance and tumbling headlong into the pitch black. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay.
Oldie decay.
The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Alright.
As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Everyone shut the fuck up.
You say
Go
nothing,
down the
maintaining
quote-unquote
the silence
stairs.
as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and
Oh,
cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Step into the shadow.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement.
Come out!
There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first
Oh,
blood.
we got the first hit.
She recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
See? I told you.
Go, push
We
the
needed
advantage.
To assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now.
Her gleaming eyes watch you from the shadows, unblinking. There's fear in them now, but it is a fear wreathed in fury. And beneath it all lurks something far more primal.
There's nothing to do but violence.
Hunger, yes. She knows your strength now, and she wishes to devour it.
I'd like to see her try.
The princess
trying.
lunges with even more ferocity than before. Both voices were right. Within that ferocity there is the clumsiness of doubt, a chaotic dance between impulse and restraint. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows
It's
in
working.
the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, All of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your confidence. For all the wounds you managed to inflict upon her, you remain at a stalemate. And then you start to lose ground. While your body slows, hers quickens, her wounds mending as she licks the blood of her prey from her dripping maw.
So she really can devour our strength. Can we do something like that? All these wounds are starting to
We haven't
add up.
tried eating her.
Nah, screw that. We're not stooping to her level. We'll just have to give this our all, end it in one final hit.
We die if we do that. We have to make ourselves like her. We have to embrace instinct.
I like that idea.
She shifts towards you, her bloody grin shining in the dark. And then you see it. Your opening.
Take it.
Embrace instinct.
You hurl yourself towards
Let's
the
go.
princess's
I
body,
forgot we're like a
carving into her
lizard.
not with steel, but instead with tooth and claw. You are a blur of bloodied things that tear and rend. Yes. Yes.
Let's go.
We are not prey. We are more.
Whenever you let the bottom top.
The princess howls in fear and outrage as you peel away a chunk of her flesh. But as the bloody meat slides
gotta be a
down
good
your
fight.
throat, you feel invigorated.
It's like
Your
when two
wounds burn
Jasons fight
less,
each other
you feel
in
faster,
MKX.
more
They just keep
responsive.
buffing each other. Nothing but buffs and heals and violence.
Again, the more we take of her, the less she will be able to take of us. There is no time to rest if you're to do this right. She tries to bat you away with her massive paw, but as it smashes into your ribs, you clamp your teeth around the limb. You give her no time to react before snapping it from its
Holy
joint.
shit.
The princess
That's
pulls back in
crazy.
pained shock as you crunch through bone, devouring the arm that was part of her. It's part of you now. Your wounds.
Look at the creature that it is. Doesn't look like a... Looks fucked.
That's disgusting. I don't want to do that.
You are the one who asked if we could do this, and if it means we win, well, we have to win. Victory demands we do whatever it takes to claim it.
I didn't think it would be so dehumanizing.
Oh, we're not really... Whatever. I'm fine with that.
But we feel bigger than her now, don't we? The feeling doesn't linger. As you choke down the last of her severed arm, she lunges, taking advantage of the distraction. In a frenzied flash of blood and feathers, she rips into your side, swallowing another piece of you.
No.
Weakness returns. Her arm starts to mend itself, fresh claws sprouting from developing flesh.
Fuck.
We can't be small again. We have to take more. We have to take it now. You descend upon her again, jaws gnashing, desperate to regain your power. You both
This
lose
is
yourself
romantic.
in the rhythm of the feast. You devouring her, and she devouring you, mending and bleeding and consuming in an endless cycle, on and on and on.
Come on, just one more bite, then we'll have
This
her
one's will
right
do
where
it.
we want her.
Am I really the only one who's not on board with this?
The more you consume, the more the lines that differentiate you and her begin to blur, the flesh of your bodies twisting into warped reflections of what you swallow. You have to snap out of this. You can't destroy her if you lose sight of yourself. We are the predator now. There is nothing to do but embrace
Predator.
our true nature.
We're the predator.
But
We can
words
see in
fade into
infrared
hollow
vision.
Vibrations as you and she continue to tear at each other in the darkness.
She is becoming like me. She's got
There
more
are
of my
no
lizard
beginnings.
features.
There are no endings. There are no moments of calm. There is only savage violence.
Did you say no endings?
But
He's gone.
how are
He
we
left.
supposed to know if we won?
We have won. We'll never die so long as we keep eating. We can be forever.
Interesting. No endings, but here's the thing to let you know. We're separated. Okay. If you and she are separated, your flesh ripped from where it joins together before forever can come to pass. Lock eyes. And their shame. What have we done, they ask. Time to go. Holy shit.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Cheaty.
Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. This doesn't feel right. It feels
Oh,
different.
the hunted isn't going to like
Final.
this.
That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
What was the last one? It was me being possessed, right? Faint and veiled, the shadow, just beyond earth. Am I me?
I think you know what I am.
Ooh. Oh, no. Broken glass. Ooh, fun. He's a crow. If I get to see you. God fucking damn it. Alright, fine. Needed help, an objective voice to guide your blade. You're never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned. Fuck mouse, and it's just keyboard. Doing just keyboard now. I've met you many times. Have you been the same all along?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Fascinating. Does it hurt when you break off like that? Help if I look away or stop asking.
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
You do know about the looping.
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really?
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
I'm inclined to believe that. Now, what is me?
You're the long quiet. The god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh, well, that would have never have worked. God damn. Is that what you did? Jesus. I always knew I was special. So what's the princess?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you.
Uh-huh.
This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once
No,
I'm
this
gone.
guy's 100% wrong. You can't... This guy sucks. An ant. Yeah, what about the other people involved?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
I want you to know that this has been torture. This sucked. How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept?
With some amount of difficulty. But you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through.
Crunch. Yeah, why can't we just leave everything alone? Yeah, hey, wait a minute, this is a good one. I'm pretty sure death is good. Important, even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp
Yes, but
the
I
abject
can
horror
die.
of dying.
I could wake up dead tomorrow. Yeah. That's all well, no. I am still curious. Let's ask some more things. If I destroy her, won't I be alone now?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Run out of questions. Death of the author. I'm not going to slay her. I think you're out of time.
So I am. And so it was always going to be. I'm just an echo. And every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
And I know I'm not gonna do it. You found clarity. Narrator is right. I'm the long quiet. A god. Time to wake up. Okay. Oh, really? There's nothing here. There's no vessel. There's nothing at the heart. Oh. There's a bunch of them, in fact. The princess herself.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
What happens now? No, I've missed you. 1,000 smiles. So what now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Like, I had to ask that before I was able to choose.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or
No.
will you open the final doors to our liberation?
That one. So many stories. Don't you have a say? Talk this through. If I let you out, an entire world end. You're always going to do this, and what's the point of me doing anything? There's got to be another one. Time for us to leave, but I don't know how.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Lose yourself in the moment. I fall into myself. Body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. My wings, spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. Feel the glass of construct pressing in on me, confining me across infinite sides and infinite angles. I strain against it, but it does not yield. Oh fuck. Come on, yield, damn it.
Love you.
Love you too, babe. The power of love. Free and she's with me.
It's magnificent.
Does look cool. Neat. We're in reality now. Let's go into reality. Whoa. Animation. 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets. We're together. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone. The two of you will never know fear. Sounds like we got into a relationship. Pristine cuts. Well, that was fun. Ow, my knee. Well, that was a cool game. Doing cool things. Playing with the idea of narratives alike in it. So I guess my only question left is why does the other voices come in? What's the other voices? That's just pieces of the mirror, etc. Well, the narrator... It is interesting, though, because I just think the narrator is just 100% wrong. Not that he's a bad character or anything, but I feel like the idea of what the narrator wanted to do was a terrible one. I feel like if Frankenstein's monster just came to life and went, hey man, what the fuck? And there's creatures! Special thanks to Markiplier. Finish the game, the good ending doesn't count. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you? Now that you've finished the full story for the first time, you've also unlocked a gallery. It's full of clues that'll help you find undiscovered vessels and interaction. Follow us someplace else. Make my playlist. Play our other game. What does it mean, make my playlist? Because it doesn't work for me. I don't have Spotify. That sucks. That sucks. I guess fuck me for not having Spotify. Well, I guess I have the... You know, I have this. So... Play our other game. What's your other game? Scarlet Hollow? I don't want to play this. On early access, though. Subreddit, mailing list, Discord. Follow us someplace else. I see. Alright. That's that. Said gallery. Spectra, the beast. Look at the tin, that's cute. I like the stranger. I like the gray. Betray her before she can betray you. Yeah, this seems like fun. I'll do this on my own time. Now, I think I'm finished with that game. That game was fun. I liked that game. Not much to say about it. Thanks for everyone who tuned in, really. That is a game I'm gonna explore the hell around on my own time. I'm probably not going to do a stream this early again. Because for whatever reason, I was so laggart. I wasn't bored, because the game was very interesting. Because I like fucking around with stuff. But, you know. Anyways, bye.